A very good evening to all brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. So today is Thursday class, 18 September 2025. So we'll be continuing with our Heart Sutra. We are at lesson 32, page 159. Okay, so as usual, we will have our physical puja. 南无本师释迦牟尼佛，南无本师释迦牟尼佛，南无本师释迦牟尼佛，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛，南无弥勒佛。南无弥勒佛，南无弥勒佛，南无药师佛，南无药师佛，南无药师佛，南无普贤菩萨，南无普贤菩萨，南无普贤菩萨，南无地藏王菩萨，南无地藏王菩萨，南无地藏王菩萨，南无佛菩萨。南无佛菩萨，南无佛菩萨。阿拉汉萨玛萨布多巴嘎瓦，布当巴嘎วันตัง阿毗瓦提米。สวากาโตบาคะวะตาธัมโมธัมมังนะมัสสามิสุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนะมามินะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะบุตตังสรณังกัจฉามิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิทุติยัมปิบุตตังสรณังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิบุตตังสรณังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิปานาติปาตาเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิอาดีนาดานาเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิกาเมสุมิจฉาจาระเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิมุสาวาทาเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิสุราเมรยามัจจาปมาดัฏฐานะเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิสาธุสาธุสาธุ Okay, let us pay respect to Puja. Buddhang Pujami. Dhammang Pujami. Sanghang Pujami. To develop this awareness-based meditation, we need to develop the inner mind, which is the meditative mind that is tranquil, still, and without thought. So that is our true mind. So to do that, we must develop the four support to support us develop the inner mindfulness or awareness so that we can meditate with the true mind. Without this inner awareness, you cannot develop sati, you cannot stabilize the sati. And if you cannot stabilize the sati, you cannot be heedful. Whereas to be heedful, you must be ever mindful and constantly meditative. So that's the reason why awareness-based meditation is very important. And always remember, the moment you are without thought, the inner awareness is already there. Where this awareness nature within is our primordial mind, primordial nature, which is there all the time. The moment a being arises, that your awareness nature is already there. But from there, all mundane thinking or mundane thought activity manifests and arises. So the purpose of this awareness-based meditation is to go back to this original pure awareness nature, which is before the arising of thought, before the arising of the mundane thinking, before one becomes heedless. So the four supports are very important. So try to get all this understanding stabilized so that when you meditate, you don't have to remember anything. You just have to have that understanding and silent. The moment you're silent, you are with the awareness within. So the first support is always relax body and mind. If you can relax body and mind, you will be at peace. You will not think. Then everything will return to its original state before the stirring or the thinking, before the manifestation of thought. So relax body and mind. Second support is maintain the inner awareness. Whatever arises, the awareness just aware, finish. Phenomena can only arise within our six sense basis. So when you maintain awareness, you maintain awareness at the six sense basis. Whichever sense door the phenomena arise, you just aware, finish. It can be a tactile consciousness, it can be a taste consciousness or smell consciousness, or it can also be your vision, seeing consciousness, or hearing consciousness, or thought activity consciousness. Whatever arises, aware, finish. Don't try to follow. So if you can do this to support well, then your mind will stabilize. Then it will develop the third support, which is stabilizing the inner awareness. So the third support is continue to maintain awareness until the awareness becomes very stable. Yeah. Then the fourth support is after you have done the first three, able to be in that state of awareness for quite a period of time, then you can move on to the fourth support. Otherwise, don't be in a hurry. Just continue to maintain awareness until your mind becomes ever mindful. Then use it to meditate. Ever mindful, constantly meditative, to observe the phenomena that arise within the sense basis. like the previous Thursday class, where we go through mindfulness of the 18 sense rhyme. With the silent mind, observe how the the 3 sets of 6, the 6 sense data, the 6 sense bases, and the 6 type of respective consciousness. So upon contact of the sense data with the sense bases and the respective sense door consciousness, it will trigger what we call the Paticca Samuppada movement. Then you start to understand who are you, what are you, and how you function as a human being, how sense door consciousness come to be, how it manifests and creates the phenomenal world of consciousness for you to be conscious of what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you tactily feel and think. Then how from that conscious moment, your mundane mind, which is mainly your accumulation of memories, knowledge, thought process, or we call the conditioned mind, which has all the views, opinion, conditioning, and belief system. From there, you act. From there, you stir your mind. You react to sense experience. Means you react to what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you tactily feel and think, because you don't have the wisdom, the understanding, the Dhamma understanding, to know them for what they are. So out of ignorance and curiosity, wanting to know and wanting to understand, you believe by thinking you can solve your problem. So all this is part and parcel of awareness-based meditation, which lead to self-knowledge, which lead to self-awakening, which lead to the realization of the truth, the way things are. So these are very important understanding and pointers. Okay, with that, I will let you meditate on your own. Then for those who already know how to develop the inner awareness and stabilize it, you can move on to the 4th support. The 4th support is more difficult to develop, but it can be done. Normally, to realize the sainthood way enlightenment, you don't really need the 4th support. The 4th support is only needed if you decide to take the Bodhisattva way, to develop the understanding of the Supreme Vehicle teaching. But no harm finding out what this thing is. So the 4th support is mainly trust, T-R-U-S-T. That trust is very important. When you have that trust, you trust that inner pure awareness nature to develop the meditative movement and understanding by itself, without any interference from the thought process. How you do it is very important. As usual, you have already stabilized the first 3 support. You know how to relax body and mind very well. Then you know how to maintain awareness, and you know how to stabilize the inner awareness. Once that one is developed, you stay at the heart area. Just maintain your inner awareness at your heart area. Then let the nature within, pure awareness nature within, develop the movement, it will detect whatever vibration or even your heartbeat. It will detect. Then when it detects, allow it to be. Just let things be. Let it move, let it happen. Then just maintain the awareness. Whatever movement, whatever activity, just allow it to be. Then this mundane thinking mind, which is no more, it will cease. And when the mundane mind ceases, the true mind will shine forth and manifest. Then that true mind meditate on its own, develop the movement on its own. Then the nature is like just the witnessing, the silent observation of the reality of what is, means of what is going on within the moment. Everything that moves, manifests and creates are phenomena within the conditioned world. So when you see all this movement, you will understand why the Buddha said within the conditioned world everything is condition arising, dependent originating, following causes and condition. And this is the very powerful awakening that can manifest from that silent mind, witnessing nature's movement and activity. So that is the real, deeper aspect of awareness-based meditation. Then if you are patient and able to develop that trust for a long enough period, sooner or later, one day, it will detect the gateway to your nature. Once it detects the gateway to your nature, this external yin-yang energy that you have developed while living life, it can be from your prajna, anapanasati, or qigong practice, or tai chi, or whatever, or even anapanasati. So all this energy, they will melt inside, they will flow through the gateway and melt into pure energy. And this pure energy, when it goes through the gateway, it will open up the internal nadis and chakras. Whatever that need to be activated will be activated, and it can be activated. So this is the beauty of this fourth support, the supreme vehicle teaching, the higher aspect of awareness-based meditation. That as this develops, this movement will allow the form and mind that gone through the meditative movement to develop the understanding of all this movement, that you will understand how powerful the awareness-based, pure awareness nature within is, and how it manifests and develops all the transformation within. When you have stabilized that fourth support, it will lead to a very powerful transformation from within. The consciousness will become more and more refined, more and more refined, until finally its vibration, its wisdom energy is so fine that the mundane mind cannot stay there. It will lead to the collapse of the mundane mind, which may take a while depending on the individual. So when that thing happens, then the cultivator of the way who develop the for support will understand clearly with more depth and profound understanding of what this awareness-based meditation is, what the pure awareness nature within is. Then suddenly you will realize without the mundane mind, it's like all your thought activity, the gross mundane mind, no more. It's like the clouds and whatever that obscure the sun's ray from shining forth is gone. Then the sun's ray will just penetrate and become very, very bright and clear. Our true mind, pure awareness nature is the same. Once the mundane mind collapses, that pure awareness nature shines forth like the sun's ray and illuminate that nature and allow the cultivator to develop clear perception, pure perception, the direct perception or seeing of truth within nature. Then the cultivator will understand many things where they will start to see all those universal characteristics of anicca, dukkha and anatta that normal people cannot see because of the mundane thinking and activity, because of the heedless thinking mind. But once the mundane heedless thinking mind collapses, no more, then that nature shines forth. It's like you are completely transformed, and the form and mind within, with that pure awareness nature, the aggregates also become non-grasping because of the wisdom. And from that moment onward, they will see things as they are. Then everything become like very clear, very easy to understand. Then the Dhamma keep on unfolding. The understanding keep on arising. Then that being that go through all this will connect to their spiritual nature also, and they will inherit whatever they have cultivated very fast. And not long, they will return to the level they have cultivated. And from there, the cultivation continue. Okay, with this, I will let you meditate on your own. Then I will set the alarm for 30 minutes. You all can slowly, mindfully come out of the meditation. Try to maintain whatever inner peace, inner calmness and inner awareness that you have developed for as long as you can. Invocation to the Devas. In this universe, in their entirety, let the deities or Devas come here. Let them hear the good teachings of the King of Sages, which gives heaven and release, Nibbana. This is the time to listen to the teaching. This is the time to listen to the teaching. This is the time to listen to the teaching. Samanta Chakavale Su Atra Gachat Tu Devata Saddhammang Munirajasa Sunantu Sakamokadang Dhamma Savanan Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhamma Savanan Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhamma Savanan Kalo Ayang Badanta Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Iti peso bhagava arahang sama sambuddho vijja charana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhammasarati satta deva manusanang buddho bhagavati swakato bhagavata dhammo sanditiko akaliko ehipasiko panayiko pajatang veditabhu vinohiti supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Ujupatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Nyaya saptipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Sāmici patipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Yadidang chatari purisa yukani atta purisa pugala Esa bhagavato sāvaka sangho Ahuneyo pahuneyo dakineyo anjali karaneyo Anuttarang punyang ketang lokasati Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, you can be seated. We will continue from where we stopped, page 159, 2.2. But before that, we go back to 158, page 158. I read through again to maybe refresh you all what we did in the last Thursday. So we were developing the understanding of how we function as a human being, how our 18 sense rhyme manifests. And these 18 sense rhyme, they are tied to our 6 sense bases. Each and every of our sense bases, like our eye, our ear, the nose, smell, taste, tactile, and memory or thought process, the brain, they have their respective sense data. So when the sense data comes in and make contact with the respective sense bases, together with the consciousness in place, upon contact, like the physics experiment, the light bulb lights up. So the lighting up process is analogous or similar to our manifestation of the seeing consciousness. You develop the ability to see, means you become conscious of what you see. Because upon contact, like the physics experiment, the light bulb lights up. Means that conscious moment, you become conscious. So here I mentioned the 18 sense line consists of 3 sets of 6s. First set of 6 refer to the internal sense bases, means our 5 basic senses plus our brain, which is the mental. So these 5 basic senses can give rise to seeing consciousness, hearing consciousness, smell, taste, and tactile consciousness. Then the brain, through memory, create thought. That's why thought consciousness. And thought is response to memory. Without memory, there is no thought. That's why the newborn baby don't have any thought process. Then the second of sets of 6 refer to the sense data. The 6 external sense basis of sense data. Like our eye, the sense data is color, shape and form. Then our ear, hearing, is vibration. Can be in the form of sound, noise, music, or whatever vibration. Then you have the nose. All the various things that you smell, the fragrance, the foul odor, or whatever smell that you are be able to detect through your smell consciousness. That is the sense data that manifests. And when they are in contact, means within the range for you to detect them, then if your mind happen to be there, then it will trigger off the nature's laws movement, like the physics experiment. Naturally, the light bulb lights up and make you conscious. So this conscious moment is what we are interested in, and the pure awareness within can be at the moment of consciousness to understand what is going on. Then how one input your content of consciousness through your views, opinion, conditioning and belief system. That is the basis of human thought process or thinking. Then how one stir one's mind, react to sense experience, create the mundane movement through ignorance, through avijja, through self-delusion. All this can be understood and observed by our pure awareness nature when you develop the awareness-based meditation. That's why this awareness-based meditation is linked to sati, mindfulness. When you are just aware without thought, there is clarity. There is the direct seeing, there is the understanding. Via that, it can awaken to the universal characteristics of anicca, dukkha, and anatta. Yet these are universal characteristics. They are inherent in all phenomena within the conditioned world. Then we have the last set of 6, which are the respective sense of consciousness. Where we are conscious being, we can develop consciousness. We can become conscious of what we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, what we tactily feel and think. That's how we are unique. That's how it animates us into a human being or a living being. That's how we can know the world, through our senses, through the arising of the respective sense door consciousness. Your seeing, hearing, smell, taste, tactile and thought process. And because of that, we can also interact with our environment, with the world, with fellow living beings, with nature. That's what life is all about. That's what existence is all about. And all this, you can perceive them through consciousness. That's why the whole world is basically a phenomenal world of consciousness, dependent, originating, condition arising, causal phenomena, just manifestation based on causes and condition. That's the reason why the Buddha say, whatever arises, there are causes and conditions behind. And the Dhamma Sutta express the same deep meaning. Within the conditioned world, everything is condition arising, dependent originating. That's why the famous stanza of the Dhamma Sutta is, 一切有为法. Means within the conditioned world, everything is conditioned phenomena, condition arising phenomena. And because of that, it is not real, not what you think. That's why the famous stanza says, 一切有为法，如梦幻泡影 means they are dreamlike, illusionary, bubble, pop, gone, then like shadow that never leaves one when it is being shined upon. Then 如露亦如电 their characteristic is every manifestation is like a lightning flash and the morning dew. Morning dew will last longer, but is still transient, momentary. Lightning flash means split second within the moment is already gone. That's why all phenomena arise and pass away very fast at lightning speed. When you can have the silent mind within to observe and to understand the movement within nature, within the conditioned world. Then after that, the last stanza is the best. He said, 应作如是观. You must contemplate it such. That's why everything within the conditioned world is dependent, originating, condition arising, dreamlike, illusionary, like a bubble and shadow. Then like a lightning flash and the morning dew. You must contemplate it such to realize the profound wisdom and deep understanding. So the 18th sense rhyme is for those who meditate using awareness-based meditation to develop such understanding. Okay, go back to the notes. I will read on. Understanding this 18th sense rhyme can lead to the understanding of how you know the world and how you interact with the world, plus how you function as a human being, leading to the understanding of who you are and what you are, which I have explained. Then the next part is to understand the mundane mind. It is important for us to understand what Sankhara is. Sankhara is the content of consciousness, or everything that your mundane mind can do, including the aggregates of feeling and perception. It includes all your mental movements and activity, like mental states, various mind states, whatever intention, whatever planning and scheming. Mental formation means the images that once form within one's brain or sankhara. Then all your conditioned views and opinion, etc. The consciousness aggregate is like the pure receptacle. Before the content go in is pure consciousness. And that is the primordial pure awareness nature. But the moment the content went in, consciousness and its content becomes a thought. That's how we form the mundane thinking mind. That's how we create through mundane thought consciousness, which is basically our 5 mental aggregates of form and mind that the Buddha referred to in his final summary of the First Noble Truth, in which the Buddha said, in short, it is due to one's self-delusion or sakkayaditthi that condition one's craving and clinging to grasp at the 5 aggregates of form and mind that he called dukkha. So he moved it up. This is due to sakkayaditthi, self-delusion. Living beings tend to attach and cling to their physical form, which is, in our case, our physical body. All our mental feelings that manifest and pass away. And all external form that they come to perceive with every moment of consciousness, that trigger of their mental thinking and mental consciousness. So all this is how you mindfully develop the understanding. So I read again. Living beings tend to attach and cling to their physical form or physical body, their mental feelings, everything that they perceive through their mental forms, through their perception aggregates that receive the external form, that they come to perceive with every moment of sense or consciousness, then all of their mental thinking or sankhara manifestation and mental consciousness, taking them to be real and calling them the I and the me and the mind, leading to all the suffering. Take for example when one perceives one's loved ones, good friends, colleagues or pets, or various prized possessions like their property, wealth, money, etc., and grabs onto them, then what happens? The fear of separation or losing them can arise if we don't have the wisdom, and if we deludedly perceive them as really belonging to us. Once you attach or grasp to them, you can be afflicted, and you will become very fragile and vulnerable. It is due to self-delusion that condition you to grasp and cling onto them, but you fail to see their universal characteristics of impermanent, suffering state, and anatta nature, or non-self nature, or empty nature. All sense experiences or phenomena, no matter how alluring, they are a prelude to suffering. So remember this. All sense experience and mental phenomena or physical phenomena or nature's phenomena, no matter how alluring, are a prelude to suffering because they are of the nature to arise and pass away or cease. So they will separate from you. Without wisdom developed via mindfulness or heedfulness, one will not be able to accept this reality. One must train one's mind to be heedful or ever mindful, to cultivate the Noble Eightfold Path and the four foundations of mindfulness, leading to the enlightenment via realizing the Four Noble Truths, or realization of the Four Noble Truths. So we actually end there. So now today we will continue. 2.2. The four foundations of mindfulness. Third category of cultivation. This one also involves the 18th sense right. Means we develop mindfulness of the 6 internal sense bases and 6 external sense bases, so that we understand what is going on within life, within the moment, and how we function as a human being. And this training is tied to the Buddha's teaching on the 18th sense right and the law of dependent originating, as clearly stated in the fire sermon cultivation, where a lot of monks during that time, upon hearing this fire sermon, they became enlightened. So in the fire sermon, the Buddha taught how one can liberate or achieve liberation from suffering through detachment from the 5 senses and mind consciousness. So you can detach from what manifests from the 5 senses and the mind consciousness, I mean the 6 sense door. Then you will not be deceived by the phenomenal world, by the condition arising phenomena. That one is very powerful. That's why the fire sermon gives very clear explanation of how attachment manifests during the process of seeing, hearing, smell, taste, tactile, and thought consciousness. In the discourse, the Buddha described the sense bases and the resulting mental consciousness of phenomena as burning. Burning with what? Burning with passion means greed, hatred, and delusion, leading to suffering. Seeing such, the noble disciple becomes very disenchanted with this passion, and thus liberate from the sense bases, thereby achieving or realizing arhantaship. And this is described in more detail below. So now we go through the fire sermon. This one is a very important teaching. Listen attentively. Thus have I heard, on one occasion, the Blessed One was living at Gaya Sisa, accompanied by 1,000 bhikkhu. The Buddha proclaimed, Bhikkhu, all things are burning. In Pali is called Sabam Bhikkhave Aditang. What bhikkhu are all these things burning? Move up. Then the Buddha explained, listen, this one, the first one is regarding seeing consciousness. He said, if you are mindful and you are aware, he said, you will notice the eye, bhikkhu, is burning. Then whatever visual form that it receives, color, shape, and form, they are burning. Then whatever visual forms, sense data received by the eye are burning. Then the seeing consciousness or eye consciousness is burning. Then eye contact is burning. Also, whatever feeling felt as pleasant or unpleasant or playful feeling, or neither pleasant nor unpleasant feeling that arise with eye contact, that too is burning. But every instant, every moment, if you are not mindful, it will condition attachment, clinging, grasping, leading to the whole mess of suffering. That's why the Buddha gives this analogy, burning, really burning, conditioning suffering. But living beings who are deluded without the Dhamma understanding and wisdom, they cling, they grasp, they develop excitement over what happened, either positive or negative craving, like and dislike, pleasant and unpleasant reaction to sense experience. But they don't see the danger. That's why they cannot understand. But when you see the unreality of form, unreality of mind, the unreality of the phenomenal world, the illusionary world, then straight away you will have the understanding that all these are not what you think. The unreality awaken you. The anatta nature, empty nature, he no you, he no me, not a permanent unchanging entity. Then why do you cling? Why do you grasp? Why do you hold? Why do you give meaning? So this is Dhamma understanding of wisdom. Then the Buddha continued to add understanding to what he has described to the monk. He asks, with what are they burning? They are burning with the three evils of greed, hatred, and delusion. That's why here is written as lust or passion. In Pali is called lobha, greed. Then with the fire of hatred or dosa, and with the fire of delusion, moha. I say it is burning with birth, aging, and death, with sorrow, with lamentation, with pain, with grief, with despair. This is the whole mass of suffering. Then he repeat for the other organs. Similarly, the ear bhikkhu is burning. Sound are burning. Vibration and sense data received by the ears are burning. Hearing consciousness is burning. Eye contact, that's why at the moment of contact, if at the moment of contact you don't have the Dhamma understanding or wisdom, then whatever feeling arises will be conditioned into craving. That's why you can't cut at contact or feeling. So ear contact is burning. Also whatever feeling that manifests, whether pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling that manifests or arises with ear contact, that too is burning. Again the Buddha asks, with what are they burning? They are burning with the three evil roots of greed, hatred, and delusion. Then he said, I say it is burning with birth, aging, and death, with sorrow, with lamentation, with pain, with grief, with affliction, with despair. The Buddha then repeats the same for all the other sense door consciousness as below. So you can read yourself. The nose, bhikkhu, is burning. So every sense basis he repeats, so that people understand. Then the tongue, bhikkhu, is burning. Then whatever that manifests from it is burning. Bodily tactile, bhikkhu, is burning. So tactile sensation that manifests is burning. Then tactile feeling or sense data received by the body are burning. Body or tactile consciousness is burning. Tongue contact is burning. Then finally, the mind is burning. Thought is burning. Mental objects received by the mind are burning. Mind or thought consciousness is burning. Mind contact is burning. Also whatever is felt as pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling that arises with mind contact, that too is burning. With what is it burning? Again, the three evil roots of greed, hatred, and delusion. Then the Buddha concludes, he says, Bhikkhu, when a noble disciple or Aryan, means enlightened disciple of the Buddha, who has heard this truth, this Dhamma, and with clear seeing, and clearly seeing things thus, means as they are, he becomes wary of the eye, wary of visual form, wary of eye consciousness, wary of eye contact, and wary of whatever is felt as pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling that arises with eye contact. He becomes wary of all the other senses. You can read yourself. The ear, nose, tongue, bodily, and mind. Okay, move up. See. In this same way, he becomes free of passion or attachment, and he becomes aware of feeling. With insight, knowledge, and wisdom, he knows that there is no more rebirth, that the holy life is his, and he has done all that should be done. That's how they know they are liberated. That's why in the salutation to the Dhamma, the Buddha says, this Dhamma can be realized only by the wise, each for themselves. That's why it's Pacetang. So they will know. They no need to check or ask. These were the blessed one's words. When he spoke to the bhikkhu thus, the whole congregation of over 1,000 bhikkhu rejoiced, approved of his word, and attained liberation from the asava through clinging no more. and their hearts were completely free. It seems they all become Arahant. And not only the bhikkhu, it seems according to the scripture or the Tipitaka, a lot of Devas and all those beings that were there to listen, they also attained liberation. That's why the fire sermon is very powerful. Then I add in 2.3 notes from another commentary. Where this one, the description is more accurate, less traditional. Yeah. So this one I also repeated. Is mentioned in that commentary. It says, Bhikkhu, form is burning, feeling is burning, perception is burning. This one is based on the 12 links, Paticca Samuppada. So when you see through your eye, the visual form is burning. Then feeling that arises upon contact is burning. Then whatever we perceive through our senses, through our memory, our brain, our conditioning, our knowledge, that too is burning. Means perception is burning. Then sankhara activity, volitional formation or sankhara activity, that too is burning. And the consciousness that manifests is burning. Seeing thus, the instructed noble disciple experiences vary towards form, feeling, perception, volitional formation, and consciousness, or sankhara movement and activity. Thus, through dispassion, and this mind is liberated. You remember earlier on when I shared with you all how in the year 1989 when my mind developed this understanding and liberation, then it just understand they are all unreal, no meaning. Think also like that, don't think also like that. That is precisely this paragraph. Everything my mind perceive or come into contact through perception, through all the mental thinking, activity, stirring, everything, is all the unreality. Through sakkayaditthi, delusion, it corrupts, it clings, suffering arises. Then when this understanding arises, it liberates the mind. That's why it stops thinking. Think also like that, don't think also like that. No difference. Empty nature or existence. Everything is not what you think. They are unreal. It's just a phenomenal world of consciousness. That's why I like seeing a movie film. When it started with the light, sound, the interplay of all the multimedia thing, it appears so real. Like the whole movie is so real. So enticing. It can cause you to develop excitement, clinging. Sometimes it make you cry, emotional, etc. But finally, when the movie ends, what happened? It's just a blank white screen at the background. No reality. Everything is an interplay of causes and conditions that manifest, arise and pass away. So near, no reality. That's why understanding all this can liberate your mind, can transform living beings and awaken them. So bear this in mind. Then the ensuring text reveal that all, or sabbe in Pali, refer to the 6 internal sense bases, the ayatana, the ear, the eye, the nose, the tongue, bodily, tactile, and mind or thought. The 6 external sense bases: visual form, sound, smell, taste, touches or tactile and mental objects. Then consciousness, vijnana, conditioned on this sense basis. By burning adita, is meant the fire of greed, hatred, and delusion. In Pali is called ragajina, dosajina, and mohajina. The manifestation of suffering comes from birth, aging, and death, leading to all the sorrow, lamentation, pain, despair, and distress. So clinging, attachment, grasping via self-delusion is where suffering can arise. When this manifestation of birth, old age, sickness, and death, leading to all this, can be understood, then you know what suffering is and how the cause of arising of it means the cause behind its arising, which is mainly sakkaya-ditthi, self-delusion, leading to all the grasping, clinging, attachment. Then when that Dhamma understanding or wisdom arises, the form and mind that has the understanding will not be deceived or will not be affected by the phenomenal world of consciousness. They break free and liberate their mind, and they realize Nibbana, the end of suffering. Then they will also know the path that leads to the end of suffering is the fourth noble truth, namely the Noble Eightfold Path, which consists of the essential Dhamma of the Buddha. So within the Noble Eightfold Path is also the Four Noble Truths, where the fourth foundation of mindfulness, the last category of practice, mindfulness of the Four Noble Truths and its three turning. So it's all clearly explained. That's why this four foundation of mindfulness is very important. Only beings that have gone beyond the first stage of sainthood and second stage of sainthood need to develop that cultivation. The cultivation of the four foundation of mindfulness. That's why in the Avijja Sutta, step 8 is the four foundation of mindfulness. So step 8, you need to cultivate the four foundation of mindfulness, then leading to step 9 and complete liberation, step 10. Whereas the sainthood way, first stage of sainthood, Sotapanna-ship and Sakadagami-ship, you only need the normal cultivation. You no need to really develop even the deep penetrative understanding of the four foundation of mindfulness, as stated in the Avijja Sutta. You only need to develop sense restraint. Then after that, the three type of right conduct, so that you never fall again. Then finally the Buddha recite this. Disenchanted, he become dispassionate. This one is very important. When you see clearly the illusory world, empty nature, unreality, then you develop this ability not to cling, not to grasp. That's why disenchanted, he become dispassionate. He will no longer cling and grasp. Then through this dispassion, he is fully released or liberated. With full release, there is the understanding, fully released. He discerns that birth is ended, the holy life fulfilled, the task done. There is nothing further for this world. This is what the Buddha meant by Sekha and Asekha. Sekha are those still under training before they realize arahantaship. Aseka are those who has gone beyond, who has realized the arahantaship or has become arahant, where there is technically no more rebirth via avijja, ignorance. Yeah. So this understanding is very important. That's why it will know birth is ended. The holy life fulfilled means beyond training. They technically no need to train anymore unless they want to go the bodhisattva way, to develop the supreme vehicle understanding and training to become Sammasambuddha. So aseka means beyond training. You technically, sainthood way, no need to train because you have realized the arahantaship that can lead to complete wisdom that root out the 10 fetters that bind living being to this existential world. Means the final fetters of avijja, ignorance, has been rooted out. That's why upon death, there is no more rebirth consciousness born of ignorance, avijja. We are no more ignorant. That's why the holy life fulfilled, the task done. Whatever that need to be done has been done. There is nothing further to be done in this world of existence. So they will just cease after that. But if they have the causes and conditions to move on and develop the understanding, then they will take the bodhisattva vow. They will move through the cultivation of the fourth support to develop the supreme vehicle teaching or the bodhisattva way training. Okay, I think with this, no more, then you move up. Okay, the final one is the diagram. Now, this one make it easy to understand. Here is in diagrammatic form. So the 18th sense line or field has 3 sets of 6. So the first set is the internal sense basis that receive the sense data, which is the external second set, external sense basis. Then upon contact with the mind, it triggers off the third set of 6. Means the respective sense door consciousness manifests like the physics experiment. It just arises. That's how we become conscious. Conscious of what we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, what we tactily feel and think. Because we are a conscious being, capable of becoming conscious. That's why it can make us awake, conscious. Yeah. Normal human being may be conscious of life, but they never have inner awareness to live life. That's why they are conscious, but not mindful, not aware. They lack that inner awareness to make them different. That's why without the Dhamma understanding, without the cultivation, it's very difficult for living beings to understand all this and liberate their mind. That's why when you have the understanding, you have deep understanding of who you are, what you are, and how you function as a human being, the unreality of the form and mind. You will develop all this understanding very clearly. And this is what Dhamma is all about, so that you are not deceived or deluded by the phenomenal world of consciousness. You see clearly that the form and mind is not a permanent, unchanging entity, not what you think. And this form and mind is just a vehicle and tool for living beings to arise. Because each and every living being, for you to arise, within the existential world, or what we call the existential world, where life and existence manifest. Some call it the conditioned world, or the mundane rhymes, 31 plane of existence. For us to arise, what we need is, our nature is not a being. It cannot come out and live life. So it has to come through the process of existential world's boundary condition that bound everything within the conditioned world. And the law, the nature's law that governs life and existence, the most powerful one is the law of karma. That's why through the law of karma, it can condition rebirth, a form and mind to arise. So to come to this existential world, this form and mind must arise. But this form and mind is dependent, originating, condition arising, cause of phenomenon, not a permanent and changing entity. You cannot cling onto it. It's not real. It's not what you think. That's why it is not a being that you can cling onto, hold onto, grasp onto, and say, this is me, this is I, therefore all this can be mine. That's why in the Anatta Sutta, the Buddha says, this is Sakayaditi, self-delusion, lead to deluded view, wrong view. That grasping and clinging lead to suffering. Where everything within the conditioned world manifests the universal characteristics of anicca, dukkha, and anatta. This universal characteristic points towards the unreality of life and existence, empty nature of existence, like my teacher used to express it very well. Only mighty nature rolling by. He know you, he know me. But there is such thing as a human being, a living being. The entity exists. It's related to our karmic nature. It's just a vehicle and a tool that rise. And this one is subject to karma. That's why you have to do your duty. That's why one of the characteristics of an enlightened being is they know their duty very well. They will not violate the nature's law that governs life and existence, which is basically the law of karma, the law of mind, the law of truth, the three right views, karma niyama, citta niyama, and dhamma niyama. And they will have profound understanding of all this. That's why cultivation is not what living being think. The moment you penetrate, awaken, you become liberated, you transform. And the one that transforms and becomes liberated is a form and mind. It's not a permanent and changing entity, not you. Like this form and mind, which you all call Brother Theo. This is not me. But this is the karmically conditioned form and mind that manifests within this segment of my coming, my nature's coming. And this is the one that performs the duty of existential condition, because it comes with its vows, with its understanding. And this one can live life even though it's not so real, not what you think, transient, moment to moment. But there is such thing as life, existence. That's why in the Heart Sutra, the Buddha mentioned very clearly, even Kuan Yin Bodhisattva express it or proclaim it very well. If you realize true emptiness, 真空妙有, then existence becomes wonderful, amazingly wonderful. And this is what life is all about, existence is all about, not so real, but there is such thing as life, existence, and it can be experienced. That's why we can get to experience all of the pristine beauty and wonders of life when we have this understanding and manifest as a form and mind to arise within the conditioned world when you take the Bodhisattva vow and the Bodhisattva way. And every life can be beautiful. That's why the 3 phases of Dhamma is very beautiful. First phase is pariyati, the learning of the teaching. You have started this early, means you have inherited it from your past, then you actually develop this understanding very fast. Then once pariyati is there, you develop the second stage or phase of Dhamma, which is putting this teaching into practice. After you learn what it is, then you put it into practice, patipati. Then you realize it, you become enlightened. The form and mind that realizes it. Technically, you can say that one is enlightened, but that one is not you. But that one within this life, within this existence, will have the wisdom to enable you to live life, to realize the wonderful existence. That's why the third phase of Dhamma is Pativeda, where the cultivator of the way realize the enlightenment, liberate, and use that wisdom and enlightenment to live life, to do whatever it wants, to explore, to fulfill their vows, to understand whatever that arises and manifests. And within life and existence, the mind-right manifestation can be very interesting. That's why true emptiness is wonderful existence. Once you penetrate true emptiness, the realization of the profound wisdom of the Buddha, or the great beings, the Bodhisattva that go the Bodhisattva way, then life can become meaningful, beautiful, amazingly wonderful. That's why you can live life to the fullest. You can realize the pristine beauty and wonders of life, and all these are possible. That's why there is the uniqueness of this Buddha Dhamma, the teaching of the Buddha. The Dhamma is very, very unique, very profound. Okay, with this, I think we will end. I think there is a last part of the diagram. I just quickly go through. Okay, these circles, you see, the 5 external sense bases. They are our physical senses, our eye, ear, nose, tongue, and tactile. Then the center one, which is common to all, is the mind. Each and every of these sense bases, for it to arise consciousness, it must have the mind. That's why the perception aggregate. That's why this is a common denominator, and the Mahayana call this the 6 consciousness. So this 6 consciousness is basically perception. When you develop the perception through our knowledge, our brain, our conditioned memories, our views, opinion, etc., then you will perceive the phenomenal world or whatever arises through your senses, your consciousness, according to your views, opinion, conditioning, and belief system. That's why everyone, at any instant, every moment, your perception of reality is different from the rest. You are limited by your senses, your views, your opinion, your conditioning, your belief system, your memories. Not until one breaks free from all this, then you have the nature's understanding. then you are not bound by all this. Then you will see things as they are, perceive reality differently, not like the conditioned world's conditioned perception. That's why before one become enlightened, all perception are basically wrong perception, born of Sakaya Ditti, born of ignorant avijja. Not until one's develop the Dhamma understanding, awaken and liberate, one cannot really have the pure perception to see things as they are, to awaken. Okay, with this we end. We'll have a 3-minute toilet break. Oh, still got part 3. Okay, we end. Okay, so now we come back to our second session, which is meditation reporting, followed by whatever question that you may have regarding the meditation, the Dhamma, or today's sharing, or Dhamma in daily life. Okay, who wants to come in? You can just on your mic.
Good evening, Radio.
Yeah, good
And
evening.
all Kainita.
Yeah, Sadhu, yeah.
I actually nothing much to share.
Oh, never mind. You got any question or not? Or today's topic, can you follow?
To this topic, actually, I find quite deep.
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
Yes, it's
very profound.
it's profound
You
and it's
should
very complete like that.
clear and very complete. You should listen to it again.
Yeah, I also plan to read it 3 more times.
Yeah, you should spend more time listening. Today one is very complete, very beautiful. Yeah. Because I reviewed the previous Thursday, the 18th sense rhyme. And today one is like the Surangama Sutta, allow you to penetrate many things. From the 18th sense rhyme, everything can be understood. And it is very, very profound Dhamma, very beautiful. Yeah. Very good.
Then I think I wish to just say thank you for the last time bring us to this Qingdao trip.
The Qingdao. You can describe that trip. Very, very
I find that very
beautiful.
good.
Yeah. It's a very meaningful and beautiful spiritual trip. Like all my earlier spiritual trip, they are all very beautiful. Yeah, very
yes,
good.
yes.
Yeah.
Actually, before that, me and my wife also nearly cannot make it.
Yeah.
Because my wife admitted to hospital.
Yeah. Just
but I feel very
two or 3 days before the flight. Yeah.
Yes. And also I feel very lucky last minute.
Yeah, like blessed and meant to be. Then when you were there, you really love it, rejoice, and like your wife expressed in the sharing, second last day, I remember. She was very grateful.
Yes, correct. I wish to share one incident. Actually, at the night in the hospital, when my wife admitted the hospital, I stayed together with her also.
Yeah.
And at that night, actually, when many times she keep telling me that she cannot make it, that we all definitely cannot go already.
Yeah, the thought will be manifesting this type of, like they call it, fear. But like I message to reply back to you, I just say, don't worry, just let things be. Then everything will be fine. Because when you call me and text me, when you text me, then I knew the causes and conditions, then I reply. What I did was I invoked the power of sincerity and wholesomeness that you and your wife has developed over the past maybe
6 months.
6 months or so.
Yeah, 6 months.
Because of your affinity, sincerity, and faith, and wholesomeness. You have done a lot. And especially when you are able to attend the retreat and almost every of the Tuesday and sometimes Thursday class in the early session at Pamasuri's house. And those merits were very, I should say, important for your spiritual progress and training. So I just invoke both your sincerity, faith, and understanding, and your wholesomeness, and develop the pure wish for your wife. That's why I say, don't worry, everything will be okay. Just relax, silence your mind, and let things be. And just let nature take its course. Whatever that is meant to be will be. So everything that manifests, there are causes and conditions behind. So not only your case. I remember last time this Chupolian also said he is not supposed to go on because before the spiritual trip to Anandagiri actually, he got this coming obstruction, very severe. Then before the trip, I think about a week or so, he got this injury, the coming obstruction. He fell into the drain and I think hurt her leg or what. Then she didn't take it seriously, Then later on, she realized that injury was so bad that it developed what they call Po Sang Fong is what in English.
Tetanus and tetanus.
Titanus, yeah. Means it has become very bad, so he need medical attention or something. Then he called me, he said, Prativatya, I think I cannot go already. I said, don't worry, I said, just let things be. I said, what is important is if you have faith, if you really wants to go, then ask for forgiveness. For her case, it's very serious because the coming obstruction is very serious. Earlier on at the retreat, I knew, the first time he came, a lot of very funny thing happened because of the coming obstruction. Because this one is coming offense against the triple gem, very severe. Then I say, if you sincerely ask for forgiveness, then do what you have to do. If it's meant to be, then you can come and you will come. And finally he managed to join us. And what happened was, I think he went back to see the doctor. Then they were given some medication. Then I think he recovered and he was full of joy when he joined us. But when he was at Anandagiri, he cannot enter because that day was the actual day to do the consecration for the way place of Sakyamuni Buddha, Kuan Yin Bodhisattva, and Maitreya Buddha. We were given the honor to do it all Kayamita by Ajahn Ajahn and that was a very exceptional consecration or activity for us because we donated to the platform. The bulk of the donation come from us, and we were given the honor by Ajahn Chalo to develop that wholesomeness and merits, and it's like meant to be. And also, he allowed us to develop the training for the chanting. The chanting was very elaborate, I think very long. It involved the Mahayana chanting, the Pali chanting, and also the chanting of the Heart Sutra, the Great Compassionate Mantra, etc. So all these things, when it's meant to be, it will be. Then the sign will come. A lot of things will manifest. Then they will get to go. No problem. And there was one more case, is even more phenomenal. I think Hui Ling, aunt's cousin or one, or nephew, I forgot already, Ann Chung. Hui Ling, last time when she was staying around PJ area or KL area, he used to come for Tuesday class also. Very good Kayamita. He, because of certain thing that he entangled with during her career, I think somehow the immigration stopped her from traveling. And when she reached the airport, want to check in that time, only come to realize that. Then somehow he cannot go. But luckily, because of that faith, sincerity, and all those things, I say, you don't worry, you just do what you need to do. Then he remember he has to contact the company lawyer. He has resigned from the company, but last time, I think the boss put their name in as shareholder or director, sorry, of that company. Then that company got issue with, I think, some of the customer or what. Then they actually sue the company. Then they like put all the director on like travel ban. So he was entangled, but nothing to do with her. So luckily he contacted the lawyer. Then the lawyer, very good, within the same day, managed to help her to get the thing lifted. Then the good news is, after we fly already, there was another Kayamita, I think is my classmate, Wong Fuk Chai, I remember. She also supposed to join us one day later. Then I told her to contact. Then they managed to contact her. Then the next day came on the same flyer and able to join us. And that trip was also to Thailand, to Anandagiri, and to many other temples. It was a very beautiful trip. There's a lot of things, it's like, you cannot understand one, but it will manifest. Then in between, a lot of things happen during spiritual trip. Of course, wholesome, beautiful, meant to be, all things. But there are also in between, like, if you don't understand the Dhamma movement and all those things, people may panic. But somehow everything finally fall into place and resolve. There was one incident I remember. One of the Kayamita, I think my first batch in the early years, we also went to, I think, China. That trip also actually very very strange. I think it's a spiritual trip where that time we don't know Mr. yet. I think the year 2007 or what. We supposed to have a local Buddhist lady who arranged for us the trip, and we paid everything already. But then somehow the not so good news happened. It seems that that Buddhist lady, but not my Kayamita actually, but somebody recommended that we go through her. Something unfortunate happened. They go to this somewhere near Nepal there. There is a temple there, very famous, where BGF used to go on every year. What is that place already? There's a monk there.
I'm not sure.
Ladakh,
Ladakh, Amy, thank you. Ladakh, yes. So you know what happened or not? Before our trip, she also went with them on that Ladakh trip. Then during that trip, towards the end, something happened, accident. Then a few of them fell into the because that road is not so good, and I think they fell into the river, and cannot be found. Then my Kayamita worried, came and see me and said, "Bertil, I think we cannot go already. We got problem." I said, "What happened?" Then they told me this. Then I silent. Then I just radiate metta and develop the pure wish. I say whatever will be meant to be, will be. So no need to worry. But I say because this lady that organized our trip is very nice. She actually came to meet up with us and arrange all those things, and we went for lunch actually on 2 occasions. I remember. Then I invoked power of marriage because I think one of the lunch or what she decided to treat us and spend. So when I invoked the one, then I realized we must send some Kayamita who know her to the wake. Then I talked to a few. They say, yeah, they want to go also. So they decide to go. Then when they were there, nobody would ever expect this to happen. No? They don't know the family or no. This lady that passed away, the Buddhist lady, he got a brother quite close to her. So when they were there at the wake, then they introduce themselves to the brother and say they are so and so, supposed to have a trip organized by the sister, but looks like it cannot happen anymore. The brother immediately told them, don't worry, don't worry. He said, my sister, before she left for the trip, everything has been settled with the tour people, China and KL side, and passed the whole thing to him. That's why, because of that, our trip become possible. Nobody believed that actually. It was almost less than a week before we fly. Then they go to the wake. Then the good news came. Then he gave us all the contact and the detail. And the local company, sent a local guide to accompany us. And the trip was very good. Also to China. But I forgot which way place already. But it's very beautiful. Then it turned out that trip was also very wonderful, meant to be. So such thing also can happen. So as long as you have the Dhamma, you have the faith, all this will happen. That's why I can understand why Chan and Wai Fun was very happy and very grateful for being able to attend the trip. And that trip was really wonderful. Not only the hotel, the food was good, but the whole spiritual trip was like meant to be, very beautiful. The weather is very kind. The nature. There are a lot of things that happen during the trip. It's like meant to be. A lot of nature's manifestation too. So all this, you have faith in the Dhamma and you have the Dhamma. You don't worry. You just let things be. Nature will evolve and move it. And most of the time, you will end up fine. Not only nothing happened, but everything like turn around, meant to be smooth sailing or blessing in disguise. That's why sometimes we change our agreed plan or whatever. Then we make new decision. Because everything is just the way it is. When you have the nature to sense, to feel, we can. It will manifest. So this is added sharing, Chan.
Yeah, I wish to share something happened in
Can
the
you
hospital.
share now?
Actually, before that, we saw two GP already. Both of them also asked us to go see specialists.
Oh
So
yeah, the GP.
so on the third one we went on the same day lah. We saw three doctors lah. So all three doctors also say my wife need to undergo
need to
surgery.
admit, yeah.
Admit and do surgery the next day. They say very
Oh, yeah.
serious.
They
They
have their
said,
opinion, yeah.
and they say the bile duct is blocked by the stone.
Yeah. Some
Yes.
stone or what, huh?
They say her eyes, face all turn yellow already.
Yeah.
And
Means
my
for the
wife keep
symptom,
telling,
yeah.
yes, every time see doctor already, my wife will tell me, oh, sure cannot go already.
Yeah.
Because it's next 2 nights, it's a trip. But I
That's
keep
why
telling her now
luckily
to
you
be wait and
text me
see.
when she was
Yes.
admitted.
Mm.
Then after
But
that, I
I
read,
console her. Yes.
yeah, I read through. Then I knew what happened, and I knew also what is appropriate. Maybe I read that message; it will help, so that other Kayamita can also develop the understanding. Uh, John, yeah, okay, okay. So you don't mind I read your message, huh?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, good. So 29th of August, Brother Chan wrote to me, he said, Brother Teo, my wife is unwell due to gallstone in gallbladder. Took her to see two different doctors or GP today, and both recommended to admit for further checking. She is spending a night in Sunway Velocity Hospital and will do MRCP scan. Yeah, that scan is very important tomorrow morning to determine the seriousness of her condition. We'll update you on her condition tomorrow. Worst case, may be unable to join the Qingdao trip if need to do operation. Then my reply immediately. I said, message noted, Brother Chan, and will radiate metta and invoke blessings to her for her well-being and speedy recovery. Do take care of her and ask her to have faith, relax and rest well by silencing her mind. More and more, we are maintaining awareness. Just let things be, and all will be well. With metta always, Brother. That's why after you pass the message to her, she has faith. And in the trip
Mm.
that she told me, she just silenced her mind, and everything was
Mm.
so beautiful. Then what happened was the next day, I received this message. I think immediately Brother Chan replied, he said, thank you for your blessing, Brother Teo. He said, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Then the next morning, 30th August, yeah. Oh no, next afternoon, not morning,
The scan is at
5 something.
1 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah. He said, good news, Brother Teo. The MRCP scan show no blockage at all in the bile duct. Doctor say possible stone has dislodged, so no need emergency surgery. However, still need to do surgery to remove the gallstone inside the gallbladder, but can be at a later stage, maybe next month or what. Then I reply, I just put a thumbs up. Then there's another follow-up message. She can discharge this evening and we can go to Qingdao trip. We can go for the Qingdao trip. Thank you, Ratio, for your blessing and metta that enable her speedy recovery. And you sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Then I also give thumbs up. And I say sadhu. So see you all tomorrow. Then you reply, yes. So all these were meant to be wonderful, beautiful. That's why don't worry. So far, so good.
Actually, brother, that night something happened.
uh,
I wake up at around 4 a.m.
uh,
Then when I wake up, I see the whole hospital room is very clear,
sadhu.
The whole thing very clear. Then I
Yeah.
feel very safe.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
environment feel very
You
serene,
feel very safe one because of the faith and the blessing, the merits and all those things. and mainly your faith, your sincerity, and your wife. Where that one can touch what we call in our Chinese tradition, they say can touch heaven.
From that morning when I just wake up, then I feel somehow that the next day before do the scan, I really can feel that everything will be okay.
Yeah, will turn around already. You will have that sensation and feeling.
I can feel that morning around 4 a.m. like that. Suddenly wake up, I
Yeah.
feel the room is
Yeah.
like protected like that.
Yeah, protected. Yeah, there
Ah,
are nature's what they call spiritual condition and forces that manifest because of what you all managed to do. You and your wife, the sincerity, the faith, and the wholesomeness that you all develop, your affinity with the triple gem, and all this they can manifest and help even Dhamma protectors uh, and some of the great beings nature where you have affinity with. So all this together with the nature's law, they will create the movement and you can sense it. And like in your wife sharing with us also same, he said after receiving the message, she just silent her mind and developed the confidence, the faith. Then everything turned out fine and she was full of joy. And then when she joined us, I remember seeing her at the airport. She was full of joy. The joy in her is so clear and so vivid. Both of you, like
because we're looking forward and preparing for this
yeah,
trip.
yeah, the
Then
first spiritual
suddenly
trip,
last
yeah.
minute cannot go.
Yes, even Beng Hui also, together with his wife and the two friends. He earlier on supposed to join us at this Utai San, the trip before, but she missed it, and he really like felt he should have come. But this one, Qingdao, he makes sure he's there. That's why everything turned out very beautiful, including the wife and the two friends. In fact, everybody was full of joy and very happy about the whole trip. Even the KK Yip also.
Yes. Yes.
And together with the China guy, they were amazed. A lot of things happened, like it
Yes.
meant to be.
Yes. Yes. I'm really looking forward for next trip also.
Ah, can. Yeah, Sadhu, very good. Good sharing. Thank you.
Mm, mm,
So this one can give faith to a lot of Kayanimittas. And
mm.
I was also told, I think, oh, I saw the photo. I think Eng Bi and Pu Cheng also went for the Mesan.
Yes.
I saw the photo. It was a sunny day. Beautiful. They took the photo. They were up there.
Maybe next time they can
Next
share
time,
about
get
their
them to
trip.
share. Get Ingvi and Pushing to share. Yeah, you continue, Chan.
Okay. Actually, this past 2 years, I stay overnight hospital few times for my
Ah,
mother, my father, my
mm,
nephew, my wife also. But
mm.
this time, I stay in the hospital, I can really feel the difference now.
Yeah, big difference.
Yes.
Sadhu.
Then I can
Because
really, yes.
when your cultivation is there, you can feel the difference.
Mm.
Uh, you want to describe the feeling?
No, I just feel it's the environment very safe, very
Yeah, you
serene.
have that feeling, that sensation.
Then
It's
when
like,
I open my eyes, all the lights like very
yeah,
clear,
yeah, yeah.
very vivid like that.
Yes, yes,
Then
yes.
I feel the whole room uh, like a cocoon, like a one energy
Yeah,
protecting the room.
supporting it.
Uh,
Very
and
good.
then I
Sadhu.
go, then I close my eyes and go to sleep. But somehow I know that tomorrow the scan result will be okay.
Yeah, will be okay. Because
Sometimes
that's
got this feeling.
confident will be
Yes.
there one, and you will receive the sign one. That's why a lot of these things, as you go through the spiritual cultivation, you will have this ability to sense, and there is a lot of joy in you. And this is something born of cultivation, born of our sincerity, faith, merits, wholesomeness.
And so then the next morning I told my wife about this.
Sadhu.
I told her, Brother Teo must have did something, send his blessings
Sadhu. Uh,
to feel that make this
yeah,
family
I
really
just
safe,
invoke
protected.
your sincerity with your wife. Both of you all were very sincere, and there's a lot of affinity from the past, and your merits and faith. Your faith is very strong, both of you. Yeah. That's why it's like meant to be when you all attend the classes, then the retreat, and within 6 months, so much thing change. And in the word of your wife, Wai Fun, on the second last year, I think he said, with all this witnessing and experience, she will go the Dhamma way, the faith very strong. Uh, she will definitely follow this path, which is very, very beautiful. My nature rejoices. I send the pure wish. And this is something very wholesome. That maybe not only this life, in the past, there were encounter where both of you must have met my nature. Otherwise, you cannot just come like that and become what you are so fast. Very good, very good. Sadhu. My
That's
nature rejoice. Yeah. Yeah, Wai Fun, you can
Brother
come in here.
Teo,
Ah,
I want to thank you again, for sending
can,
me
no problem.
metta
Yeah.
and blessing during my stay in the hospital.
Oh, Sadhu,
Actually, the
Sadhu.
night before, uh, actually the moment I admit, he was worried lah. But then after I read Mother Teo's message,
Ah,
I really follow the instruction to silence my mind.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
from there on, I don't as much. I
Hmm,
remember I was staying at 9th floor.
hmm.
So when from 9th floor I look out at night, that time I was no worried already.
Wow, Sadhu. Means your
Yes,
faith has come back to
yes,
you. Yeah.
yes. I remember standing with my husband on the 9th floor looking out at the KL view at night actually quite I was able to come down and rest well that time.
Sadhu, Sadhu. Very
Thank you,
good.
Brother Pure.
Sadhu.
I was able to join the trip, and throughout the trip I can actually develop some mindfulness along the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
temple.
Hmm.
This time around, I feel that my temple retreat is so different from my previous.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
That was before I don't have this cultivation. I was really visiting the temple of the soul. But
Hmm.
now with some Dhamma understanding, now
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
different, more
Very
mindfulness.
different. Even all the temple you visit, different. Where the energy, everything, the causes and condition manifest, and the faith and the sincerity, and all the wholesomeness that we do while we are there, using the Kayamita fund and the common fund, and all the wholesomeness that each and every one of us partake in. Which is very, very beautiful. Mm. Sadhu, and thank you for the good sharing with you. Yeah,
This experience has given me stronger faith to walking the path of Brother Pure to
yeah,
cultivate.
Sadhu. Very
Thank you
good.
again, Brother Pure.
Yeah, we all should rejoice. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you for the good sharing. Yeah. Okay, we will have to do the closing puja. We are 10:30 already. Let us share merits, starting with the Devas. Akasata Chobumata Devanaga Mahindika Punyang Tang Anumoditwa Chirang Rakantu Lokasasana Ittawata Camehi Sampadan Punya Sampadan Sabbe Deva Anumodantu Sabba Sampati Siddhya Idang Menya Tinang Hotu Sukita Hontu Nyatayo Idang Menya Tinang Hotu Sukita Hontu Nyatayo Idang Menya Tinang Hotu Sukita Hontu Nyatayo Devo Asatakalena Sasa Sampati Hetu Cha Fito Bhavatu Loko Cha Raja Bhavatu Dhammiko Imina Punyang Kamina Mami Bala Samagamo Satang Samagamo Hotu Yawa Nirvana Patiya Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Okay, you all can pay your respect mindfully to Lord Buddha, Guanyin Bodhisattva and all the worthy ones. Let me end. Sadhu.